What's happened, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, the 17th of May. The joint is brought to you by BluBlox. I've already told you about the BluBlox amazing sleep mask. I'll tell you what, ever since I've been wearing my mask, I've been averaging at least an extra 45 to an hour a night of good fucking solid sleep. And now I'm here to tell you about their light filtering glasses. They're fucking tremendous. You get any style, color, or size. Plus, if you go to the website, the BluBlox website.com, they have a virtual try-on, which I think is fucking tremendous. Listen, when I go with a sponsor, I look at their website. And if their website is tip-top magoo, that makes me lean towards them a lot more. And BluBlox has an amazing website. They also, like I said to you, they're introducing to you right now Sleep Plus, the red lenses for true blue and green light blocking. Use after sundown. If you have trouble sleeping or get anxious at night, these are for you. Then we got you clear blue light lens. Filter blue light during the day. If you spend all day in front of the computer, this is for you. Cut down on headaches and eye strain. And finally, you got the summer glow. You got the yellow lenses. Color therapy for the winter blues. Clinically proven to lift your mood. Plus, you get all the benefits of blue blocking. They sent me 2 pair of glasses, one for the computer and one for at night to watch TV and to reduce it. And I'll tell you what, I've been wearing them for the last 10 days and I've seen my headaches have gone down. Guys, I'm always on that goddamn computer. You need some glasses. So right now, go to BluBlox.com. BluBlox is a science-based company. Their lenses are made under laboratory conditions. You got a prescription? No problem. They'll make it to your specifications. Now, that's what I'm talking about. These are high-quality lenses, not mass-produced, and they come in a ton of styles. So go to that website and take a look. They're high-quality lenses. From glasses to sleep masks, they've got everything you might need for light therapy. And guess what? Their customer service is out of this world. Go with them today. So right now I'm telling you, support BluBlox because they support the show. Get 20% off with code Joey at BluBlox.com/Joey. Right now, that's BluBlox.com/Joey for 20% off. BluBlox.com/Joey for 20% off. Go with BluBlox. You're going to be very impressed. The joint is also brought to you by CBD Lion. Listen, I'm sick and tired of telling you about how good CBD Lion is. This week I switched it up again. I went back to their great CBD gummies with the melatonin in it, and I got to tell you something. I've been sleeping like a baby. I rub the cream on my knee. When I take a bath, I use the bath ball. CBD Lion has hemp flower. They have hemp joints. They got the roll-on. Listen, they got chocolate that is tremendous. A dark chocolate and a milk chocolate. If you need CBD, CBD Lion will get it into your system. Right now, go to CBD Lion and read up on the third-party lab results. Go to CBD Lion right now, press in joint or church, and get 20% off your order right now at CBD Lion. Let's get this party started. Where's this fucking lighter at? Boom. Candles lit, motherfuckers. Let's get this show on the road.
Hey, how you doing? Come on in. Yeah, Joey's in the back.
Check 1, 2. Welcome to Uncle Joey's Joint.
What's happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Monday, the 17th of May. We are fucking 3/4 there, and we're a month out of fucking wearing masks and putting up with bullshit anymore. It's over. We're out of it. I don't know. Look, the only thing that can happen, maybe some Indian guy bites you in the neck. But besides that, we're fucking done. You know what I'm saying? It's all over. But the shouting was a great week. Last week, I had a great time. The NFTs went over great. Thank you very much on Patreon. My week was great. Friday night, we had a softball game. The families went out after that for fucking a big dinner, you know, pizza and wings and shit. And then Saturday, we had a big fucking game down in Freehold, tremendous. And Sunday parties. I mean, I was looking at my schedule before, not my schedule. I went to the kitchen, and I was looking at their schedule, which I'm part of. You know what I'm saying? And it's really weird how you got to see the month of May. Like, it runs straight to fucking Memorial Day. We don't stop. And then Memorial Day weekend, there ain't no beach. Like, everybody's like, oh, Memorial Day weekend, we're going to the show. We got so much shit just in the neighborhood. There's a day we can't even go to the one kid's party. I got to go to a kid's party, and my wife has to go to a party, and then we're going to switch Mercy around. That's how busy we are here. That's how fucking different life is from fucking California here. I mean, there's a children's state. This is a fucking child state. This is all I'm involved in. There's some days I'm like, what the fuck is going on in my life? And there's some days I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. When I was out on the road, I wasn't dealing with this stuff. I didn't really know what was going on, and I'm really sorry. And this is why now I'm all fucking in that this has happened, you know. So I'm really happy that we're here. We did some great things this weekend. She's fucking coming along just fine. And yours truly, looking better than ever, trying. 2 weeks no reefer, fucking Sunday anniversary. I mean, you know. And again, you know those assholes that go to rehab and they come out and they try to make you feel bad, like, my life's a lot different now. I feel so much energy. I'm not eating pasta anymore, or rice.
Gluten.
It's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's just about, I would love to bullshit you guys and tell you that I ran up a mountain today without wheezing and shit like that, but no, it's the same. I feel good. I'm just doing it just to give it a break so I could get high like you normal motherfuckers, because I'm not normal. This is not normal. This shit is not normality. This shit I was doing. But anyway, what I want to talk to you about this Monday morning is what happened last week and what we do as comics and what people expect from you as a comic and what you can say as a comic anymore. When I got into this, I dove into this 150%. For the first fucking 6 months of comedy, yes, I was a pussy and I didn't get on stage and I worked as a doorman. I was watching. I was reading. There was no internet. It wasn't like there was an internet and I could fucking go on there and find out about stand-up or anything. I would just read. I would read anything I thought stand-up. Once a month, a fucking newspaper came out about stand-up out of San Francisco, John Fox. I forget what the newspaper was. It really doesn't matter. But that's the only way you had to know what was going on, or unless you went to a comedy club. There was really no internet. So my first introduction to comedy was Richard Pryor. What comes out of that man's mouth? What came out of his mouth that you didn't hear before? Everything. Everything came out of his fucking mouth. And then my second introduction was George Carlin, who I didn't like as much as Richard Pryor. I was more of a Richard Pryor type of guy. And then once I got into comedy more and more and more, like I like David Brenner, and I remember Freddie Prinze, and I remember those guys. They weren't my all-time favorites, but once Kennison came and Dice came and fucking, you know, Bill Hicks came along, I started studying them. I really studied them. I rented because I didn't have the money to buy. $59 for a video was a lot of money in those days. I'd rather spend $300 on renting it than just buy it outright for $59 fucking dollars like a normal person. But I rented it every fucking other day, and it ended up paying like $2,000 instead of $49. The point is, I looked at everything. Hand mannerisms. I got a notebook, and I looked at hand mannerisms, the way they stand. I made notes for who touches the mic, who doesn't touch the mic, why they don't touch the mic. Is there a reason? Are they animated with their hands when they're explaining to you? Who goes back and forth? I studied all that. I studied all that. And then when I was on the road, I would go to libraries to kill time. These are things that people don't know about me. If I had a night in Idaho City, what the fuck is there to do in Idaho City? What is Studio 50 fucking 4? There ain't nothing to fucking do in the daytime. So I would just go to a library and ask them about biographies and stuff like that. And I started reading about an interesting guy named Lenny Bruce. I told you guys years ago, Rogan has put it up on his podcast. The book to read is Ladies and Gentlemen, Lenny Bruce. And How to Talk Dirty and Influence People and How to Make Friends. I read all those books. Abby Hoffman, steal this book. You're dealing with the wrong fucking guy here. I read all those fucking books. When I moved to Boulder, I was into all that hippie shit. Abby Hoffman and all that stuff that's part of the fucking game. But when I started reading about, I can't remember what it's Lenny Bruce, was when my eyes really opened up to what he had gone through. I don't know if you guys have any idea who Lenny Bruce is. But Lenny Bruce is a comic, I think, from the 60s, 50s, 70s, whatever the fuck. And his big thing was he was blue, and he kept getting in trouble. See, the only places you could perform in those days as a stand-up comic were at strip clubs or burlesque shows. Like when I went to Tennessee to visit my in-laws a couple of years ago, there's a comedy club in Jackson that is fucking tremendous. It's just a little cave. But it used to be a burlesque place. So it couldn't be in Nashville because, you know what I'm saying, they would fucking bust you. So they made it like 45 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't know how far Jackson is outside of Nashville. What am I, fucking MapQuest? I don't know. But I know that it's like a half hour or something. It's outside of the city limits. Do you know what I'm saying? It was like outside. So it was like burlesque. The owner was telling me that it was a burlesque place and that Lenny Bruce had performed there. I mean, this is all, cool. So there was no comedy clubs. The first comedy club was supposedly a Funny Bone out of Pittsburgh. That was, I don't know how true it is. If you guys want to research it and get back to me on it, get back to me. But that's the word on the street. It was a guy in Syracuse named Bruno Sharippa, and there was a guy in Pittsburgh. They were brothers, and supposedly they opened up the first. I don't know how real this is. You guys could fact check me. I'm just telling you what the fuck I heard. I didn't have time to fucking read up on it, but this is what I read about all those years. I read about Lenny Bruce and what he had gotten through. What he had gone through for us, okay? Like for other comics to come. Like he was getting arrested, whatever. And then you got Jim Morrison. And now we're talking about music. And he was doing something completely different. He took his dick out in Miami and all this shit. And he said shit on stage. He was talking stuff on stage. But those two guys, let's focus on what those two guys did. It's called artistic freedom for people who don't know it. Okay? It's called artistic freedom. Once you hit that stage, there's a thing that's called artistic freedom. Now, don't get me wrong. What comes out of your mouth should be funny when you have artistic fucking freedom. I mean, we all fucking agree on that, okay? Number two, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Remember these words for the rest of your fucking life. I could tell you, hey, fuck you. Or, hey, fuck you. They sounded completely different. And both of them had completely different meanings to them. That same fuck you had two different meanings to it. So always remember that when you go on stage. As comics, we think of every fucking bombing. I could tell you every bomb alert. I can't tell you what I had for breakfast this morning, but I could tell you through the years the bomb alerts I had. I could tell you through the years the bad jokes I said, and they fell through. They fell down. I remember through the years when I tried to be cute and be edgy, that I would fall on my face because people see right through that. People see right through that. You guys are smarter than that as an audience. That's why I said to you a couple weeks ago that I respect the audience. as a comic, I have always respected the audience. I don't know if you guys know what The Wall is about. The album The Wall, and I don't like this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The album The Wall was about Pink Floyd, one of my favorite bands. But it was Roger Waters, Mr. fucking Personality himself, who got agitated, and somebody asked him how the audience was or something. Again, don't quote me on this. And he said, these shows would be great if I could build a wall between myself and the audience. That was the worst fucking thing I've ever heard come out of somebody's fucking mouth. Yeah, I still listen to Pink Floyd, and I love Pink Floyd as a whole, but I'm not into Roger Waters because of those words, because of his arrogance, because of him breaking up a band because of his fucking arrogance. But that's not what this podcast is about.
That's a different one.
This podcast is about the respect for the audience. I have respect for you guys. What does that mean? That I know comics personally who don't give a fuck about the audience. And in the back of my mind, I have to tell myself that to win, to fucking, kick some fucking ass. But in reality, I very much care about my audience. I care that you motherfuckers.
Jeez.
I care that you motherfuckers got a babysitter. I care that you paid $80 for fucking a dinner. I cared that you took the time out to buy tickets when I tweeted them. So when I go up there, I got to give you the highest level of fucking respect that there is as a comic. Okay? Always remember that this is in the back of my mind. Now, when you pay the $25 to see me do comedy, there's no meet and greets involved. I'm not worried about the fucking meet and greet. I'm not worried about anything. I'm worried about the performance I'm about to give you. When I go up on stage, there's a joke I was working on before I took a break, that people in Jersey, when we were kids, we didn't go out to play. We went out to die. We didn't go out to play. Look at all these fucking things they're talking about, Class Action Park, all that shit. When I was a kid, we went out to die. We didn't go out to play. We jumped off trees. We made milk crates. We put boards up. We went off fucking motorcycles. And if you fell and broke your neck, you fell and broke your fucking neck. Nobody was crying. Nobody was fucking complaining. Nobody was putting the blame on everybody. Timmy put the brick wrong. No, who gives a fuck? You weren't supposed to be building a fucking ramp and riding your motorcycle off at a KZ 175. The thing's gonna fucking break. But my point is, which I don't know what it is anymore. I've gone off on a fucking tangent, is that fucking, I respect the audience. That's my number one fucking priority all time, whether it's 3 years or 2,000 of you. I have a certain respect for the audience. So I remember every bomb, every bad joke, every stupid racist joke that I said, because, hey, I'm normal. I'm like anybody else. I'm not fucking racist, but I have said racist things on stage to get a laugh. The audience knows I'm not racist. That's why they laughed, because it comes back to not what you say, it's how you say it. I'll give you a fucking particular story about me that destroyed my insides. I really liked this joke, and I really wanted it to work, but I didn't know how else to make it work. And it's about Tom Brady. I'm a big fan of Tom Brady. I like Tom Brady. There's a problem I have with Tom Brady. Not really a problem. It's not a problem. I don't want anybody to say Joey's got a problem with Tom Brady. No. The only burp I have with Tom Brady that I think is funny, to be honest with you, is that he dumped his pregnant wife to go with a Brazilian chick with a tremendous ass. Now, I'm a Catholic, don't get me wrong. So is Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? He's as Catholic as can be. But to dump a pregnant woman is something I have never even thought about in my life. It's like me being 15 and that girl telling me that her mother died at, when she was fucking 10. I'm like, what can you do? What did you do for your mother to fucking die? What can you do in a prior life that your mother fucking died? What can you possibly fucking do? I never talked to that girl again. Then my mother died, and I felt fucking bad because what did I do in a prior fucking life? But what the fuck were we talking? I don't even know. So what the fuck did you do in a prior life to deserve having no fucking mother? You understand me? I mean, I don't understand this. So when it was first presented to me, my head almost fucking blew up. That's the same way I did when fucking Tom Brady dumped that Catholic girl. So I wanted to write a joke about it. I'm like, what the fuck can I say about Tom Brady for doing this? And I was up in Buffalo one night. Look, I even remember the city. Okay? I remember everything. Don't fucking tell me. I was in Buffalo. It had to be about 2016. I was opening up for Rogan. And I was talking to Rogan about Tom Brady. I go, fucking Brady, that motherfucker. And then he dumped this fucking pregnant chick. And I go, you know, the crazy thing about that shit, dumping a pregnant shit, that shit that fucking Spanish people and black people do. That's all I said. That's all I said. And I even claimed Spanish people. So it's not really racist here. I even claim Spanish. I go, that's the kind of shit Spanish people and black people do. And Rogan said, say it up on stage. Dog, when I said it up on stage, it died a slow death. And guess what? I never said it again. I understood that's a racist fucking joke. Even if you throw Spanish people under the bus first, which you do as a wordsmith, you put the Spanish first so people won't get the initial shock of the black. I didn't say anything else. I just said black and Spanish. It didn't fucking work. And I got off stage and I'm like, that's not, at this point in my life, you know, if it was 2008 and I was still a desperado, still young in comedy, yeah, I would have done that fucking joke and kept working on it and tried to be cute with it. But at that point in 2016, I already had a daughter. I had things going on. I'm going to tell that joke for what? What's it going to do for me? I liked it. Trust me, I liked the fucking joke. That's the problem. I enjoyed it. I thought there was something funny there, but the audience didn't think it was funny, you know. I took it and I moved on with it. I thought about it. I wrote it out and I read it, and it seemed racist to me. You know, guys, on stage, I've said 1,000 things and nothing. You can't say to me afterward when I get off, hey, Joey, that wasn't a good joke. You can't. Because I say it with a smile on my face, which is very important. And the tone in your voice is very important, how you say it. Dog, I used to have to follow Ali Wong at the store. Do you have any idea what that's like, people? No, you don't. There was 2 people at the store, 3 people. Let's say 3 people at the store that when I had to follow, I had to kick it into overdrive. Number 1, Bill Burr. I mean, he's the fucking greatest. When you follow Bill Burr, you better bring up your A's and D's, whatever the fuck. You better take all your vitamins, magnesium, fucking everything. Chris D'Elia, you better fucking come with some energy with Chris D'Elia. And Ali Wong was possibly the toughest because she's a woman. Okay? When people go to a stand-up show, all they see is dick constantly. Take your girlfriends to a stand-up show. There's 3 sets of fucking dick. That's what she's going to see is 3 male comics 85% of the times. Every once in a while, they might put a woman in there. You know, there's a woman comic on the schedule. But no, I think I'm exaggerating. I say 70% of the times. It's 3 dicks. So a woman has to put up with an hour and a half of listening to a male's fucking perspective. Put a woman in the middle. Now the women will have a great time. That's why I always use Kate Quigley to open for me, or Chelsea Skidmore, or Carmen Morales. I like those women in front of me because it gives the audience, it gives the women in the show something. They're not going to go there and get stuck with fucking fat man Joey Diaz for 40 minutes talking about eating your ass and spitting pubic hairs in your eyes and all that shit. They can only take so much of that. So you got to put a woman in there. Now, let me tell you something. If that woman is funny, like Kate was, like Carmen Morales was, like Chelsea Skidmore was, you better watch them. I see a lot of male comics that a woman goes up in front of them and they're like, no problem. I'll just pay attention, or I'll just play PlayStation 5, whatever the fuck comics do. When a woman goes up before me, guys, I watch that woman. I watch her like she was naked. I watch her like she was fucking naked. Because women are deadly up on stage. If they get a cyclone going, you're dead. And I've seen it before. I've seen Beaumont Bacon blow people off the fucking stage years ago. There was a comic. There was a fucking dud comic, I remember. No names.
Dud.
He's a fucking dud, this guy.
Dudley.
And I remember one time I was doing shows in San Diego, and he was working La Jolla. And I stopped in La Jolla to say hello, to see how the show was going. I wasn't looking for a guest or nothing. I just stopped in. I knew him. I knew Beaumont Bacon, and I just wanted to say hello. And he came out first and was talking to me, and he goes, yeah, I got these 2 shows. Fucking Beaumont thinks she's going to headline. You know, and I looked at him, and I sat and listened for like 10 minutes, and I tried to let his ego off as lightly as I can. I said, dog, this is Joey Diaz's thinking. I said, why don't you let her headline the first show and you headline the second show? I'm giving him an out so he wouldn't eat a bag of dicks up on stage, because I knew Beaumont Bacon was going to fuck those people up, and La Jolla is always couples. You get to learn these little nuances as you do comedy. Some clubs you go to, and it's 60-40. It's males, 60, 40% females. La Jolla on Saturday is a date club. So if there's 200 people in there, there's 100 women in there. Are you with me here so far? So when I went in there, I just went to talk to him to say hello. He's telling me how he's the best comic in the world, that he can follow anybody, and I'm trying to let him off the ledge and be smart and go, because even if it was me, even if it was Joey Diaz, I would have let Beaumont Bacon open up the first show. Even though I knew I could follow her, I would have let her open up the second show so she wouldn't fucking destroy me the second show. Because the second show, they're a little drunker, and the early show are parents and old people, and people don't want to hear bad words and shit like that. So you go to the early show. 10:30 shows, I'm the king of 10:30 shows. That's when guys like me go on stage, and I could go up there and talk about eating assholes and spitting out hemorrhoid juice and whatever the fuck I talk about. You know, I'm just talking here. I mean, so what you do is, that's the psychology, that I'll go up for the second show and rip them apart. Well, when I pulled him aside like a man, and as a friend, I said to him, yo, let her open up the second show, and you close the second show. And he's like, not in a million years. Fuck her. I'm gonna follow her with no problem. So guess what I did? Against my best wishes, I got a bottle of water, and I said, fuck it. I'm gonna miss the coke dealer at 10:30, but I'm gonna get more entertainment from watching him die a slow death. I just knew it. I just fucking knew it. It doesn't take a genius. And if you don't know it as a comic, remember last week I was talking to you about checking yourself? This is part of checking yourself. It's not that you're being a coward. It's nothing like that in comedy. It's that you're trying to stack the odds in your favor. That's all I'm trying to do. You want to stack the odds in your favor as a comic, as a human being, as a car salesman, as a guitar player. You always want to, you follow me? So it's like if you think Aerosmith comes out with Dream On when they open up, where would they go? Where the fuck would they go if they came out with Dream On, Dream On? Well, where we going to dream on to next? Where we going on to next? And I'm exaggerating. Aerosmith's got a great catalog. But what I'm trying to say to you is, you don't come out with your best fucking material. So I'm sitting there that night, and I just sat there, listen, and for years I always said I could make it home from La Jolla to LA in an hour 25. People like, you're lying. When you're addicted to coke, you'll make it an hour 25. I would do 100 from La Jolla to the immigration center. I would slow down till 90, and then once I went through and they asked you, do you have any oranges or apples? I would say, no, I don't have any oranges or apples. And they would say, go on through. And I would do 100 to Irvine. And once I got to Irvine, I would slow it down to like 90. And once I saw 18 miles out of LA, it went back up to 100. And I would get to my fucking drug dealer's house in time. On this particular night, I said, fuck it. I was going to meet the drug dealer like at 10. I called him back. I said, I'll be up there at 11:30. I got to watch this massacre. He goes, what are you talking about? I'll tell you when I get there. I sat there and I watched this fucking Beaumont Bacon wipe up the floor with this kid. Wipe up the floor with this kid. And then I did what a good comic would do. Like I tell Mikey, don't talk, watch. Keep your eye on that comic. I wanted to see how he would react when he came off the stage. That's the money right there. So when he came on, I went up to him, bro, I got to go. Great set. You know, I knew he ate a bag of dicks. I knew you could see it on his face. He was flustered. He didn't know what to do. And he came up to me. I shook his hand, and I didn't say a word. And he looked at me, and he goes, I think you're right. Maybe I'll let Beaumont close the second show. I tried to tell you. I tried to save you fight. I didn't say that to him. Yeah. I thought about that in the car because I'm not in business to fucking squash somebody's dreams. I was just trying to work with him from the right spot here. Just explain to him, listen, bro, just sometimes as a comic, sometimes as a human being, sometimes as anything, you got to see things for what the fuck they are. So with all that said, like, when you do dirty material or whatever, I mean, I love Tony. I have nothing against Tony. This is going to blow over. This will be gone in 6 months. Thank God Ari released the video footage of what happened before and what after. It doesn't sting that much. It doesn't hurt that much. It was, you could just write it off to comedy cockiness. You know, I've had it. We've all gone through it. And that's it. But it's not enough to cancel somebody. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I have a problem with people putting phones in sacks. I would never in my life do that to you people when you come to one of my shows. I feel that you have children. I feel that you have grandparents. I feel that you have families. What if somebody needs you? What if somebody... I think you actually put the phone in a pouch, and if you want to make a call or whatever, I don't know the rules to everything with the phone in the pouch. I know Dave Chappelle does it a lot. A lot of other comics are starting to do it. If I go on the road now, I'm going to start to do it. Because I don't need somebody taking a fucking phone out when I'm doing a joke. Because listen, it's like, did you ever see a couple of years ago, they show you how they take reviews and change them? So a movie comes out. Let's say me and Mike are movie reviewers. And we write the review of the movie, and we write 2 sentences. The movie took us for a tremendous ride, but it was boring as fuck. What the movie people do is they erase the boring as fuck. And all you see is, this was a hell of a thrill ride. Do you follow what I'm saying to you now? So they take that back end off, and all you see is, this film was a great ride. You're not going to see, this film was boring as fuck. I wanted to shoot myself by the end. You're not going to read that. They eliminate that thing. That's why when Ari put that up, a couple of my friends watched it, and they all had the same result. They're like, it doesn't seem like, and don't get me wrong, you know, the word that was used is offensive. Have I used it? I've used it, you know, maybe on stage, maybe in daily life or whatever as a joke, but there's no hatred here, you know. I think for Tony, it was, I think if he would have gone up and said, the filthy Puerto Rican, I don't think it would have been as bad because of everything that's going on with Asian hate. So I'm not mad at Tony. I just think it was a bad night, and I wish people, you know, just get over this. You know, I'm very sorry. I'll apologize for Tony to the Asian community. I don't want you to think I'm bringing light to this in any way. What I'm trying to do is explain what happens when a comic goes on stage and what you could take from that and how, you know, it's a fucking comedy show. You know, we have the freedom of speech in this country. That's what makes this country special. I know when you go to other fucking countries and shit like that, there's things you can't talk about on stage. I think Ari told me, like, when he went to China and somewhere else, they limit your stuff. No. This is the United States of fucking America. You could say whatever they want. Let me tell you something else. As a comic, if you come up to me and tell me not to say something, I'm going to go up there and say it. I'm going to go up there and say it. That's where the respect factor comes from. That's where I gain respect as a human being for myself and from my fellow comedians. I'm not talking about going up there and saying, again, I'll give you an example. One of my favorite all-time comics, Bill Hicks. He was performing in Denver. And Kevin Fitzgerald, Dr. Kevin Fitzgerald, the vet, was doing comedy. I don't know if you guys know Kevin Fitzgerald from the Animal Channel, Animal Planet. He had a show on there where he saved cats and shit. Kevin Fitzgerald, I spoke about him on the church, is one of the most interesting men in the world. I think Rogan had him on the podcast. He went to Vietnam. He was a fucking bodyguard for the fucking Stones. He was a bodyguard for fucking, just bands and shit. Got the GI Bill, put himself through fucking college and became a fucking vet. And then while he was a vet, he did fucking comedy. But let me tell you something about Kevin Fitzgerald. He's a mild-mannered dude. He's got white hair. He's a gentleman. Kevin Fitzgerald will light your motherfucking ass up. And if you ever watch, go look him up on YouTube right now. He's working on a cat or he's saving a dog's ear or something like that. And you see the compassion of God. Don't get confused with Kevin Fitzgerald. Kevin Fitzgerald will take an eye to go. And he'll send it back to you in the fucking mail on fire. Kevin Fitzgerald is no joke, bro. One night, Kevin Fitzgerald's at the fucking Comedy Works in Denver, and he's opening up for Bill Hicks. And he said that joke about, there used to be a show on the commercial, this is your mind, this is your brain on drugs, and he did something. I don't remember the joke, so I'm not going to give it any justice or by repeating it. Kevin went up there and said the joke. When he got off, he said that Bill Hicks' bodyguard walked over to him and told him not to do the joke again, that Mr. Hicks talks about marijuana in his routine. So Kevin Fitzgerald said, I got an option. I got to make a decision here. This is Bill Hicks, the greatest comic of all fucking time, one of the top fucking 3 in my fucking book. And he just gave you a direct order to not say a fucking joke. I mean, what do you do? What do you think Kevin Fitzgerald did? He went back up there and did the joke. And he did the joke, to be honest with you, from Kevin's mouth. Kevin told me that he did the joke to fucking incite the fucking security guy, because he wanted Hicks' security guy to say something to him. He was going to knock him the fuck out, because he remembered the guy from the old days when the guy would work consciously, do really mean things to kids. So Kevin went up there to do the joke so the guy would say something to him so Kevin could rip his fucking ear off. Guess what happened? Kevin got off the stage, he did the joke. Bill Hicks walked up to him and said, that's what a real comic does. You just became my fucking opener. You're traveling with me from now on. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? You all watched fucking Fresh Out of Compton, whatever the fuck the name of the movie is. Straight Out of Compton, Fresh Out of Compton, something out of Compton. Yeah, Fresh Prince Out of Compton. You all watched Straight Out of Compton. There's a part where they go to Detroit, and the cops give them a fucking ear beat. And again, I have nothing but appreciation and love for the fucking men in blue. Blue lives matter in my fucking world. I dig the cops. I was with a detective today. All weekend, I spent time with a detective at my daughter's softball game. His son plays, so they come to the fucking games. We go to their games, so we went out to dinner. I got nothing against cops. What we talking about? Blue lives matter, whatever the fuck. And I'm not even smoking pot. Could you imagine if I was fucking smoking pot? I wouldn't remember fucking shit. But in Straight Out of Compton, the cops give them a fucking ear beating before they get on stage. And they're like, listen, when you get up there, if you say fuck the police, we're going to fucking, they're going to stop the show. Did they fucking go up there and listen? No. Because as artists, we're not going to listen. Listen, that's what being an artist is. If not, we get in line and do what everybody else did. We get in line and do what everybody else did. So, but still, that still doesn't justify what happened last week on stage. But what I'm trying to say to you people is, don't put too much of your mind into it, because it's not even fucking worth it. It's just a joke. And I'm sure Tony's apologetic to the kid who he said it to, and he's apologetic to the Asian community. It's a fucking joke, guys. You know, we're living in a time right now where it's rough. People are having a rough fucking time. But if you're going to give people that are trying to bring you entertainment a rough time for making a mistake, it's not going to work out somewhere. It's not going to work out somewhere. This could have been with a band. This could have been with a magician. This could have happened with anybody. Anybody could have said something bad. You know what I'm saying? I know I go on stage sometimes, and like I said, I remember everything bad that I've said in my fucking 30-year career. I could tell you the cities I said them at. I could tell you how I felt afterward, and I could tell you if I'm going to do that joke again or not. And I used one particular joke for you people, and I did say it on stage. And how somebody didn't tape me and put it on YouTube and try to fucking hang me at the cross is beyond them. And it's because it's not what you say. It's how you say it. This is the comedy business. I'm going to say a lot of shit that you people don't agree with, but I'm not a fucking physical therapist. I'm not a psycho, whatever. I didn't go to Yale. I'm not Tom Morello. I'm not a double major and whatever. So I keep it to the world that I know. And it's stand-up comedy and humanity and how to treat people and how to fucking be with people. I don't try to be something that I'm fucking not here. But you can't get mad at everybody's fucking stupid fuck. You have to pick your battles. Am I mad at Tony? Not at all. As a brother, as another comic, I'm not disappointed in the audience. I'm not disappointed in anybody. It was just a bad night, guys. That's it. That's where it fucking ends. Now, on the brighter side, let's not talk about no more jokes or whatever the fuck. This week, I released an NFT on Patreon. Listen, guys, like I said, there's been so much doom and gloom in the last 14 fucking months that if I could light myself on fire for you people to entertain you and there wouldn't be no fucking fucked up skin and I have to come up here with my fucked up eyeballs and say, I had a good time entertaining you people while I lit myself on fire, I would. If you know anything about me, I would do anything to change your mood. I live to make somebody's day, to look at somebody, whether it's give them $1, a smile, something to get them away from whatever the fuck is pulling them down in their life. That's what life is all about for me. When somebody's fucking like confused, you hit them with a stupid joke and you bring a smile to their face, and for fucking 5 seconds, you took them away from their miserable fucking whatever the fuck was going on. Friday, I had a fucked up day. I had to go to a doctor, and I had a guitar lesson with Rudy Sarzo, and guess what happened? I went to the fucking doctor, and I was running late as it was. The doctor was running an hour behind, and then fucking my insurance stuff didn't fucking go through at the doctor, and I had to call SAG for 45 fucking minutes. I was on hold with SAG, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I got a little bit agitated. My agitation was because I was blowing. Rudy was taking time out of his busy day to just work with me for 30 minutes, and I couldn't make it from Freehold home, in time. And then when I got downstairs in the fucking car, my tire was low. And you know what? And at the gas station, when I was filling up the tire, I was like, fuck, this sucks. I had to text Rudy. But I said it in a large context. Nothing happened. He was running late. That was an accident. My insurance was fucked up. It was a clerical accident. The tire went low. It's an accident. It's something that happens. That does not qualify a bad day. That does not qualify a bad day. My cat getting hit by a fucking car, that's a bad fucking day. I love that fucking cat. Any of my cats, Mike's dog getting hit by a fuck, that's a bad day. So I also want you to think about your bad days, and you guys got to toughen up your skin a little bit. You know, I realized that the other day. I'm like, this ain't a bad day. This is life. These are things that happen. Your mother dying, my friends, my Mike Runny and his sisters, and their mother dying, that's a bad day. That's a bad fucking year. That's a bad year, and it accelerates on Mother's Day and the fucking holidays. So that's bad. I'm here to change that. I hope that when I do this podcast, just to joke about the hemorrhoid, and you giggled, that just took you away from stuff. So for the last year, from last July, all I've been trying to do is to get you guys out of a funkier mood, something different. You know, I started this Patreon. You know, we help people. We give out little fucking loans. We help people. Nobody has to ask for nothing around me. The first thing we did was send out T-shirts. I didn't like it. Anybody could give you a fucking T-shirt. I tried to make it light blue. I tried to give you a nice insignia. And then, you know, I said, fuck it. For the next round of stuff, I'll do mugs. You know, I'll do mugs. That's great. A coffee mug. Everybody needs a coffee mug, right? It's the Mind of Joey Diaz coffee mug. You guys, I think I get them in June. I'll send them out to Patreon. But then this guy contacted me with this NFT. You know, the Florentine crime family, brother Bob, that's all he talks to me about is Bitcoin and NFTs. And I'm watching what this NFT thing is. You know, I think Death Row did some. A couple other people did some. So I said, it's something fucking different. When they contacted me, they were talking about these prices, and I go, no. Again, I don't want to make them higher than the ticket price. So I kept them at $25 fucking dollars. And I couldn't give them to you because they came from a certain company. And like I bought one. I would have liked to buy 10 and gave one to Mike and gave one to Lee and gave one to my daughter and gave one to... I couldn't buy. I didn't even know how to do it. It went to a different fucking wallet. My wife had to pin it and save it. Thank God they send you an email so you have whatever the transaction. But I had to wait till the next day for Bob to come over and teach me about wallets and all that fucking shit. Anyway, the reason why I did the NFT was just as something different. I didn't see any other comics doing it, and I wanted to bring you like a little trading card. Topps reached out about a year ago, and they want to do a trading card thing through Steve Simone, and I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to send a little fucking card to Patreon. They paid me $10. I'm going to send them a fucking baseball card. I want to give you something that, you know, and when I heard about it was investment opportunities and shit like that, I said, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? I charge $25. Trust me, I don't get the full $25. They had to set that thing up. The company takes money, and my agent takes a fucking commission. Then, guys, it's just, I live my life through 8 or 9 different little faucets, and together, that's how I make my money. But all those faucets don't make you much money. Alone, they don't make you much money. When I put it together with 8 faucets, then I could eat a fucking nice steak. But alone, you guy goes, Joey, what are you doing that for? You know, but that's not the point. I wanted you guys to have something different. And I wanted you guys, it's a $25 investment. I know you motherfuckers, there's one guy on Patreon was like, I can't believe people are broke and you're doing this. No, they're not. No, they're not. Nobody's even fucking working. Nobody's even wants to go back to work. All you motherfuckers are getting that extra $300, $600. I don't know what you're getting. Some states are cutting it. Georgia, a couple of states are cutting it because nobody's going to fucking work. But instead of blowing your money on alcohol, drugs, fucking weed all summer, stupid shit, get an NFT for 25 fucking bucks. I turned around. People were selling them for $3 grand, $2 grand, 12 grand. Some guy sent me an email. Joey, I made some money. I want to send you money. I go, no, I don't want your money. That's yours. This is for the guys that signed up in the beginning and they paid $15 a month and they paid 6 months at $105. I just made them their money back to pay Joey. Whether they want to sign up again with me or not, I don't give a fuck. Listen, they did what they had to do. I made them a little money. If they want to sell the cards, they sell the cards. If they want to keep them, they keep them. It's up to you. I don't really give a fuck. I did it so you guys could, and I'm going to do them every month on Patreon. I'm going to run them every fucking month. And I'm going to keep them at $25. And if you guys want to buy them and sell them for fucking $5,000, God bless you. I'm never going to knock on your door and go, you're a fucking scumbag. No, you paid attention. You backed fucking Joey up. And I'm like fucking, what's his name? I make money for my partners. That's the way I am. That's what I do. I want to make money for you guys. I want to help you the way you fucking help me. So when I did the NFT, there was some guy, if I don't know what they are, nobody knows what the fuck they are. You want me to sit here and break down blockchain technology to you and how it works? We don't have the time. I do know that I know a motherfucker that put $50,000 in a Bitcoin account, and now he's getting his dick sucked and he's jumping up and down, and he's got a chick that just walks around with him to fan him. So do you have a chick that fans you? No. Do I? No. I think it's time to get in on the Bitcoin, because if not, I'll just hire some chick to stand right here with a bikini and fan me all day. That's fucking success. You know what I'm saying? Any idiot could have a fucking Tesla. Ha ha ha, look at me, I can plug it in my car. Go fuck yourself. You want to impress me? Show up with a fucking guy with a rickshaw? Dead, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just got here from California. I got a guy with a rickshaw and he's fucking dying and his feet are down to the fucking bone, and show up with a chick that fucking fans you. When I did The Longest Yard, Adam Sandler hired umbrella chicks for us. Fuck you, cocksuckers. They were all strippers from Albuquerque. We would be on the field. They would have their clothes on and shit. I don't want you to think it was a fucking Epstein's fucking castle. This was fucking, they would stand next to you because they didn't want your face to get a suntan and change colors throughout the movie. So they had umbrella girls. When Adam Sandler got me an umbrella girl, who's better than Adam Sandler? Nobody. You understand me? That's fucking style. That's class. That's fucking what it's all about. Any fucking asshole can take a private jet. Let me see you with some fucking girl just blowing a fucking, like one of those fans next to you. That's fucking success. Take that to the bank, cocksuckers. It's Monday, the 17th of the month. I love you, motherfuckers. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting. If you're on Patreon and you got an NFT, I love you, motherfuckers. I hope you make money. I hope you sell it. I hope you fucking make your friends tell you you're an asshole for buying it from Joey Diaz, and you turn around and make $1,500. Good for you. I love you, motherfuckers. We'll be back Wednesday. Tip top Magoo, ready to go on my on my 90th month back in Jersey. I could have had a baby by now. It would have been 9 months. So it's 9 months on Wednesday. I'm happy that I left, and I'm happy I got to do the podcast with you guys today and talk to you motherfuckers about comedy fucking etiquette, your feelings getting ruined, and NFTs and all the other bullshit in my life. I love you guys. Have a great week. And now for a motherfucking word from our sponsors. All right. Thank you very much for listening today. It was a weird type of podcast, but I enjoy these creepy ones. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the joint is brought to you by BluBlox. Listen, a couple weeks ago, I did a video with the BluBlox Amazing Sleep Mask, and every night since, I've been sleeping a lot better. I have on my sleep apnea machine, I have a little computer that tells you what amount you're sleeping every night. It gives you a summary at the end of the month, weekly, the whole thing. Ever since I've been using the BluBlox, I've been averaging from 45 to an hour a night more sleep, and I go deeper, deep. I told you about the sleep masks. They're tremendous. You get any style, color, or size. Plus, their website's got a virtual website that you could try on the glasses. But today, I'm here to talk to you about light filtering glasses. First, you got the Sleep Plus. Red lenses for true blue and green light blocking. You use that after sundown. Now, if you got trouble sleeping or you get anxious at night, these are for you. Then we got the clear blue light lens. Filter blue light during the day. If you spend all day in front of the computer, these are for you, the clear blue light lens. Cut down on headaches and eye strain. And finally, they're also hitting you with the summer glow, yellow lenses. Color therapy for the winter blues, clinically proven to lift your mood. Plus, you get all the benefits of blue light blocking. Listen, they sent me 2 pairs of glasses. I love them. One for the computer, one to put on at night so I don't get that much stimulation before I fall asleep at night. And they're tremendous. Their lenses are made under optic laboratory conditions, and if you got a prescription, there's no problem. They'll they'll make it work to your specifications. These lenses are high quality. They're not mass produced, and they come in a ton of styles. From glasses to sleep masks, they got everything you might need for light therapy. The service is great. The customer service is great. This is a company you want to do business with. So do me a favor. Go to BluBlox right now. Press in Joey when you order and get 20% off with the code. Use code Joey. That's BluBlox.com/Joey for 20% off. BluBlox.com/Joey for 20% off. The joint is also brought to you by CBD Lion, the best when it comes to CBD. How do I know? Because they fucking got me out of this rut with this knee surgery. That's how I know. It reduced the pain. It reduced the swelling. I mean, the gummies are great. The CBD flower is great. The bath balls are great. The roll-on. If you need CBD, this is the way to go. Do me a favor. Go to CBD Lion right now. Read the third-party lab results. Read the results. If you have an ailment, they'll tell you what CBD and the dosage and everything to use. This company is tremendous. Again, another great website. CBD Lion, Preston Joey joint, and get 20% off delivered to your house. Preston, I don't give a fuck what you're pressing. They're a good company. They know I sent you. Just tell them I sent you, and they'll take care of you, all right? CBDLion.com. Use code joint or church, whatever the fuck it is, and you get 20% off your order. I want to thank BluBlox. I want to thank CBD Lion, but most importantly, I want to thank you motherfuckers for being fucking savages and for supporting the church, the joint. I'm getting confused myself now. I love you guys. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys Tip Top Magoo Wednesday morning. I love you. Stay black. Have a great week.